Hello, welcome to the stream. Are City in a crisis? That is the question today. I have got a nice short and quick answer to that. But I've created a little graphic to the right just so you can see stuff you already know about, but you know. MCFC seems to be a goat, thank you. But yeah. Are City in a crisis? No, we're not. I just want to get that out of the way. We aren't in a crisis. I just thought that would spark interesting conversation, nice and early. So thank you all for tuning in. But no, City aren't in a crisis. It's obvious that we're not. As you can see, there are concerning things, like how in the games Rodri was missing, we lost them all. Although I don't believe Rodri would have started against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup anyway, so, you know, take that as you will. But in the other two Premier League games, he was missing in games that he probably would have started if not for his red. And because of that, we lost 2 games, essentially. Whether that is because we didn't have Rodri or not, don't know. But yeah, it's an interesting talking point, and we're definitely going to explore it. We sit third in the table at the moment, 2 points off second and third. That's not that bad, in the grand scheme of things. That's not bad at all. Of course, we'd like to be top, but who wouldn't? You know? And they need to step up with Brighton. Yeah, the team has to bounce back against Brighton. A draw isn't acceptable. It has to be a win. And, you know, we're back at the Etihad, so you could argue there's no excuses either. So we've got to bounce back against Brighton. Brighton it's not going to be an easy game. Brighton are a decent team. They just got a draw on Liverpool, which I'm sure they'll be happy about. They're 6th in the league, tied 5th with only behind Villa on goal difference. So it's interesting. We sit 3rd, 1 point above Liverpool, and 2 points below Spurs and Arsenal. We are doing well in UCL so far, as we should be. We should be top in that group. We go into it as favourites, and we should leave the group as where we're meant to finish, which is top. So far so good in terms of the UCL. Of course, message delete lol. What did you say, Frost Fury? I didn't quite catch it before it got deleted. No crisis, absolutely, Ethan. I just thought I'd call it that to spark a bit of conversation. But yeah, you're right. We're not in a crisis. Far from a crisis at the moment. Tottenham doing good, they are. Tottenham have absolutely done really good so far this season. They've surprised a lot of people. They are unbeaten along with Arsenal. So, you know, they have absolutely surprised people. They've got massive wins this season, beating teams like Liverpool and Man United, take that as you will. But you know, and even drawing against Arsenal. Arsenal are a top team this season, and they drew against them at their home ground. So they want you to say the full thing. That's dumb, bruh. Oh yeah, I literally saw that. I said Tottenham before, and it's just been deleted. But yeah, Tottenham and Arsenal are both doing really good this season. I think Tottenham is the more impressive one because no one expected them to be doing what they are doing under Postecoglou. A lot of people thought Postecoglou would be sacked probably by now. Sacked by Christmas is things we are hearing. So on Tottenham and Arsenal, they're doing really well. But back to City. We've got 5 tough games coming up, and in my opinion, we've got to win all of them. The only tricky one for me is Man United, maybe, at Old Trafford. And I guess Brighton a bit, but we should be beating Brighton at our home ground. Heung-min Son. He's a top player for Spurs, and he seems to be right back at it. And even James Maddison. James Maddison's been great this season. For Spurs, great signing, 40 million. They signed a top midfielder. If they lose to Man U, I'm crying. We have to beat Man U. Man U, they're dodgy this season. Hey MCFR, welcome to the chat. Nice to have you here as usual. Feel free to put your thoughts on the Arsenal crisis thing in the chat. In my opinion, and what seems to be everyone's opinion, we're not. We aren't in a crisis. We're far from it. But please let me know your thoughts. But yeah, Brighton, Young Boys FC, Man United, Bournemouth, and Young Boys FC again. They are our next 5 matches. We've got to pick up all 15 points, 6 in the UCL, 9 in the Prem. Got to pick up all of them. We should be beating these teams. And I know Man United, I'm saying these teams like Man United or Burnley. Man United, they are tricky, they're dodgy at the moment, aren't they? They're on worse form than us, with 3 defeats in 5 games. And to be fair, they've not gone up against the easiest of opposition in one of their games. Bayern Munich, Brighton, Arsenal. But just about squeezing past Burnley, losing to Crystal Palace at Old Trafford, just about beating Brentford in stoppage time. They're so strange, Real crisis is Chelsea and United. I think it's difficult to say teams are in a crisis at this point in the season, full stop. But it's not looking good for those two, United's at 10th with 12 points, Chelsea's at 11th with 11 points. So those teams they've got to step it up, They want to get Champions League football. United want to, never mind getting Champions League football next season, they want to stay in it this season, Man United. No points in the first 2 games. They are coming every 2 days. Unlucky MCFR. Must be a pain. United's the EFL, that'll be scenes. But onto Rodri real quick, because I think Rodri's suspension has made it so clear to how big he is for this team. With no Rodri, there's no no Rodri. We seem to really lose something in the midfield. Pep doesn't seem to be confident with anyone else fulfilling that role. And so getting Rodri back is massive. And it's great that we can have him back for these games going into the Premier League. Rodri mustn't do anything silly like he did again. If he does something like that again, I don't even know, We've suffered the consequences due to his red card. And we got to bounce back with him, and against RB Leipzig, we just look so much better, so much calmer, like we never lost him, we look good. and then come Arsenal, we look flat and can't create anything, and everything that goes. Getting KDB back is a big thing too. Luckily, we do have a couple of players that are filling in the role-ish. You know, you got Julian Alvarez, who's really stepped up this season, doing really good. Phil Foden has had a strong start to the season. I think it's 2 goals, 4 assists for him at the moment. So he's doing decent. But we need these players that are stepping up. We need them to step up in the big games too. Because it's good and all Julian Alvarez getting a couple of goals here and there, but you know, if he can pull goals out of the bag against the biggest of teams, you know, if he could have pulled a goal out yesterday, 2 days ago, and I know he almost did, but if he could pull out goals against the biggest of sides, then I think we needed Bellingham and Haaland to reunite at City. I would have loved Jude Bellingham at City, but I know it just seemed like we were never gonna invest that much money into him. And Real Madrid seemed to have wanted him more, to be honest. This week, Tuesday, Thursday, and next Monday, Wednesday, and they've done for a while and then come back in a month for the biggest and last phase. Man, the sooner the workmen get out of your way, MCFR, the better. It seems that anyway. By the way, guys, as we're going into an international break, feel free to let me know any sort of content you want to do. You know, because we're going to be kind of flat on our feet for a bit now in terms of content. No game until the 21st. That means no game for 11 days. So we've got a good 10 days of just stuff to think about. Madrid are greedy. They'll sell him. They will sell him for like 150 mil, which is Vinny value. Who is Workman, by the way? Oh, MCFR's got Workman coming in and out of his house doing work on it, and it gets in his way of his streaming, which can be quite annoying for him. Trying to think of other things we can touch up on. We have to find alternatives as well to Rodri, by the way, guys, and to an extent Kevin De Bruyne. Obviously, I'm sure the club is actively looking for a long-term replacement for Kevin De Bruyne. For all we know, that's what Maximo Perrone is. You know, I'm sure that we are actively working towards that. Because obviously, poor Kevin De Bruyne is not going to be here forever. He's not even here right now. He's injured, so we all love KDB, and I'm sure that we'd love to see him play here for the rest of his life. And hopefully he can for at least the rest of his career. So, on KDB, it's about protecting him more than anything. Frost Fury, BRB. Alright, mate, see you soon. And you, Ali Lolo, see you soon as well. We'll be back in a minute, guys. I'm literally going to get some to eat real quick, and I will be back in a second. Alright guys, I'm back. Just went to go get something to eat real quick. I'm back and I'm ready. Anyway, what can we touch upon now? What's everyone's thoughts on Everton at the moment, by the way? In decent form with 2 wins in 3 matches. Getting big wins recently. You know, they should have beat Luton. Absolutely. How they lost to them. No disrespect to Luton, but they're going to go down. Yeah, it'd be a miracle if Luton stay up. You guys are back. Nice to have you and Ali Lolo back, Frost Fury. Good to see you guys. Haven't really got too much to talk to in terms of City in crisis, which we aren't, by the way. He is good so far. Who, Everton or Luton? I doubt it's Luton. Luton are 17th, but to be fair, Everton are 16th. Trying to think of more to talk about. By the way, guys, I think an underrated season that the team is having in the Premier League at the moment is probably Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace at the moment 9th in the league, just above Man United on goal difference. 3 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. They're doing pretty well. Alright guys, I hate to cut it short, but I'm going to go now. I really don't have anything else to talk about. Thank you all for tuning in so far. Your support is much appreciated, as it always, your support's always great. Hope everyone is having a great day and finishes their day greatly. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.